Akwugo and the two pots. The loudest scream I ever heard came from Akwugo's house the night the pot exploded with snakes and scorpions. That sound still makes my skin crawl. I was there when it all started. I lived near Akwugo's compound, so I saw how Akwugo worked every day. She was quiet, respectful, and always helped others. Akwugo, her stepmother, shouted at her for the smallest things. One afternoon, I heard Akwugo tell Akwugo to go to the evil forest for firewood. Even the elders looked shocked. Nobody sent girls there alone. But Akwugo didn't argue. She just tied her wrapper and went. I followed from a distance because I was worried about her. The evil forest was not a place you entered for fun. The trees looked darker there. Even the air was different. Halfway in, I saw Akwugo stop. An old man was struggling with a huge bundle of firewood. His back was bent and he was breathing hard. Before I could react, Akwugo dropped everything she was carrying and went to help him. She picked up the firewood without complaining and walked with him to his small hut at the edge of the forest. He tried to give her food, but she refused. She told him she helped because it was the right thing to do. I remember the old man smiling in a way I cannot forget. It was calm, almost like he had been waiting for someone kind. He brought out two pots, one big and one small, and told her to choose. She picked the small one without thinking twice. She didn't argue or grab anything. She just bowed and left. When Akwugo reached home, the pot gave her food. Real food. Hot, fresh, plenty. She screamed, and the whole village came running. I was among the first to enter her little room. The smell alone made everyone hungry. She shared everything. Nobody was pushed away. She even called children who were shy to come forward. People talked about it for days. They said the pot was a blessing. They said Akwugo was blessed because she had a good heart. Akwugo, her father, looked happier than I had ever seen him. But Akwugo didn't look happy. She looked angry. One night, I saw Chioma rushing out of their compound toward the forest. Akwugo had pushed her to go get her own pot. I followed again to see what would happen. When Chioma saw the same old man struggling with firewood, she shouted at him to move aside. She didn't help him. She didn't greet him. She walked past him like he wasn't there. When they reached the hut, she insulted the smell and demanded her pot. The old man didn't argue. He brought out the same two pots. Chioma grabbed the big one before he even finished talking. Later that night, the screams started. I was one of the neighbors who ran into Akwugo's house. The pot had burst open with snakes, scorpions, and huge centipedes. They covered the floor. Akwugo was on a stool screaming. Chioma climbed the bed crying. We hit the creatures with sticks until the pot went quiet. People talked about that too. But this time, they talked about it with laughter. Nobody felt sorry for Akwugo or Chioma. Everyone knew why it happened. The next morning, Akwugo went to Akwugo and Akwugo crying. She begged them to forgive her. Akwugo asked her to stand up and said she forgave her. No anger. No shouting. Just forgiveness. Life changed after that. Akwugo treated Akwugo better. She stopped shouting. She even helped with chores sometimes. The small pot kept giving enough food, and Akwugo still shared it with all of us. I watched all of it with my own eyes, and I learned something simple. When you help others, good things find you. When you treat people badly, trouble finds you too. I don't need stories to prove it. I lived through it.